Hey guys, we're back. Um, part four, right? Yeah, we're here. So definitely some more messages flowing through. um, let's jump in, guys. Take it as you will. We've been in readings. We've done 14 stages. I think it was a Sagittarius eclipse reading. We did 14 stage reading. Yeah, it was practically right, right. So now, guys, I'm getting here that there will be things that are going to be exposed. You don't quite maybe. Well, Spirit is, there's so many shifts here. I'm seeing a feather right there. There's so many shifts here. And many of them are ones that you are making. Many of them, though, are ones that you are not making, okay, but that are happening around you. And, um, this is about the South Node and the North Node. What's interesting is that we've recently had Mercury in alignment with the nodes, squaring the nodes, actually, I believe. And that was just yesterday. So the nodes, yeah, it's a very karmic time. And what I'm getting is keep fast to your decisions. And sometimes, you feel like, well, is this just like something I'm picking up on? This is what I'm thinking. I'm seeing an arrow here. You will be surprised, okay, for so many of you, how on point your intuition is. And sometimes you can't really explain it. It's like, I don't really know why I feel like I also I want this. Interesting. Um, and sometimes it's like our higher self understands like where we are moving to before we actually move there. And I think the question also is, how willing you are to keep to that, what you are feeling, and not necessarily what you are feeling, but then able to qualify and quantify in a logical way, in this dimension. In other words, it's like, well, if I feel this way, then why do I have to explain that? I'm hearing that as well. I'm seeing SS, SS, and it says go. So, sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's like, well, I don't want to do I have to explain myself? No, you don't have to explain anything. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. And people will be wanting to, interestingly, for some of you, maybe get involved in what you're doing. Kind of like once they realize that you have an idea with something here, I'm hearing that as well, but you have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. We've since shifted and really released many, many, many of these contracts where to the point where it's not even possible for them really to get a hold of you is what I'm getting. Okay, Spirit has seriously been doing a lot of cleansing and clearing to the point where the majority of the extremely toxic interactions will be placed to a minimum. And some purple here, yep. You guys are definitely watching you. They have your back, okay? And they're constantly ensuring that your wings are working. We're going to say it like that. And so I'm seeing blue here. Some of you, you have a spirit guide. Some of you, I feel like your spirit guide will be speaking to you through colors and numbers even. I'm seeing another purple color there, like a fuchsia purple. I'm seeing blue, light blue, yeah. So maybe I'm seeing green here. Maybe I'm seeing blue, like look at the sky. He's literally wearing like these blue hospital blue biking pants. Well, actually not biking pants. Like a hospital pants, scrubs. So you for some of you, you're having new guides come in. I'm getting that as well, and they may go by certain names. They're going by certain. I'm hearing agents. I'm hearing agent colors. Agent. Isn't that related to something in the lab? Chemicals. Something about colors in the lab. Agent X. Agent something. Anybody in the chat knows what's coming to mind here. Yeah, and I'm seeing again bright colors here everywhere. Like there's something that I'm hearing, but maybe you don't know so well. Gosh, but beyond that, I'm looking at the colors. Even look, it's a green again. Where did it go? Yeah, so it's a matter of really trying to zoom, identifying what your passions are, and keep moving with that. Okay, people will delete your messages when they feel like they don't have a use for them, and then they'll want to come back and pretend like it was all a big conversation. when it wasn't really what they aligned with. I hear that. Okay, interesting. Like, how do we say this? Some of you, you're going to be really, really successful. You're moving in a direction that you're very guided. I'm seeing, like, look at the way this grass is growing in between these cracks. It's like you defied all gravity, even at a certain point. Okay, it's like for some of you to make a certain project really flourish, and you know, during the toughest times. Okay, who was there for you? Who was your rock? And maybe it's that it was you. And the question is, who was there for you when you were, okay, having the toughest times, possibly for some of your life. Okay, and so let's put, I'm saying a pyramid here. Definitely some. I mean, this is your guides, right? I mean, as well. Like usually, light workers, they won't really feel alone, being so-called alone. Okay, usually a very old soul. You have your ancestors heavily guiding your project. I mean, your past is following you, and you're feeling confident and guided. Now, people will want to question that and criticize, blah blah. Okay, those are people who, let's say, I don't want to say those are people, but they are usually not so enlightened. I'm sorry, love and light, and they maybe dismiss your potential. Maybe this is even an employer, whatever it is, family member, blah blah. They dismiss the opportunity as well to be with you, to work with you, okay, to welcome you. I'm hearing that into their world, into their space. And now that you are, I'm seeing blue here again. Now that you are, okay, moving full blown steam ahead, it's like they want to be involved. They want to be somehow, and so it's really a time where you. I hear it like this, and you know why you do what you do. You know what it took to get to where you are. Okay, wait a second, guys. I'm actually getting that you were never confused. Maybe certain people came in and they tried to confuse you in the past. Now, what Spirit is saying is, don't be surprised when people are now like really drawn to you, because your aura is very powerful, guys. And regardless of the hiccups, nothing can affect you. Nothing will take you down. Nothing. People will try to get involved, and to butt in, and to catch up with you, and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't appreciate you back." It's like, that's bullshit. Okay, no, it's either you resonate or you resonate. And in addition, okay, there's no such thing as catching up, and there's no such thing as running back and running into your life and, well, it's really actually real. It's like, no, there should be no explanation for resonation. And it's either, and so if someone's coming back and they're feeling very insecure and weird, and like they're trying to like explain themselves and like make excuses, this is not the vibe. I'm hearing that from Spirit. But you always make your decisions, always, right? Of course. Like, but I'm getting that this might be something that you are picking up on. Obviously, this is a channel message. Like, you might be just feeling like, you know what? It's like you're having to ask a million questions. Like, where were you? Like, what happened? Like, back there? Like, that's bullshit. I'm hearing that again. And that right there is a huge drain of your energy. And it will tell you, in other words, if someone is truly ready for you, to resonate with you as a friend, as someone in your world, period, that you choose to interact with because it's a choice, nobody should impose themselves into your life. You have to have respect for that person and where they're at when it comes to the love that they hold for themselves. I'm seeing a pistachio shell right there, like only one pistachio shell can be heard a message. It's something that is natural, right? Like, in other words, like, if you're actually drawn to someone, you'll just be drawn to them. You don't need to feel like you need to also cross-explain or cross-understand, like, is this the right decision for me? Do I resonate with this? No, you'll know. Now, but people will want to be into what you're doing when you are going places with that. But you worked hard to the karma of it, right? Just because you're now on your up and up, and you're on your way up, in which you are, we're ascending. We've already made a huge shift here. It's like, I mean, are they on the plane with you, or are they still calling you from the terminal? And a good indicator is you're interacting with them. What does it make you feel when you're interacting with that person? I don't care what it is. I don't care what they come back with. I don't care what they're saying. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they're wearing. I don't care. What does it actually feel like? Maybe this is the point that you're at. You're like, I don't need to look at like what they've done. I'm hearing that as well. Honestly, true to honesty. Wow, guys, look. It's like a prism. Wow. Let's just something Native American here. It's like honestly, we don't need words, right? To describe if we resonate with someone, if we're attracted to someone. We really don't need the words. We feel, right? Firstly. And we can say a lot, and it may change or not change, right? How do we say? Even if we really resonate with someone, even if we explain it, it's usually not the explanation. It's the feeling, it's the vibration. So what I'm kind of getting is you will never understand whether or not you resonate with someone. You will just be in that space of harmonizing with them because they are truly where you're at. Now, if you're handling I'm hearing a delicate discussion, and there are decisions that you have to make, that others have to make. I feel for some of you, you don't really. Oh my God, guys! It says bandit. Wow, wow, guys! Bandit continues to speak. Look, it's like blue again. So yeah, guys, like, listen, your spirit guys are definitely very active at this time. They're taking on like a different kind of discussion with you, is what I'm hearing. Like, maybe you got very used to them communicating with you in some ways. Like, now they're going to be phasing out, okay, to focus on certain conversations and topics, and at other, yeah, and so they're going to be taking on a different sort of. Now, this is just, yeah, and there's something related possibly even to the actual earth. Some of you may be feeling guided to move, or there's something here. Let's clear. I'm seeing the number 11 right there. Wow, there are exactly 11 ducks on the coastline right there. So I'm getting that's a very particular number for some. Yeah. So now what were we saying? Let's clear. Yeah, it's like, okay, so now the way that you know, okay, is are you needing to compromise? Listen, it may be worth it to just drop the discussion altogether. That's a very big message for someone here, possibly. For some of you, you're dealing with someone who you know is just not in the light with you, but they're like trying. It says dosa. It says dosa. I feel like that came through in a reading. Oh, for some of you, this is something awkward. Like, maybe, for example, like, it's not you who wants to be involved in this conversation, but it's like someone else, so called, or some other party. But it's like dragging on you. For some of you, it's dragging on your spirit. It's like you feel naturally you're not drawn to have this discussion, or you're not really, but it's like a hazy moment where you are already not really directly involved in that. But then it's like one of those moments where you say, I don't need to throw away the trash yet. It's like, I'll throw it out maybe in like a few days. I'm hearing that. And then it's like something starts moving in the trash. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's alluding to, but take it as you will. I'm seeing 44 people in the room right there. Yeah, something's like moving around the trash. I'm just seeing that. And then you get to the point where you're like, okay. I feel like right now it's that moment where we're in between, like, okay, should we take the trash out? Maybe, yeah. It's like we're having a vision even of I'm hearing the vacation that we're about to go on. Okay, so we're about to move. I see someone who's literally about to actually like even move out. Okay, they're about to transition. They're going to move on. And it's like, okay, you're kind of, you're waking up. I hear that as well. You're waking up to another side of the story. I hear that as well. But then there's a moment where you're thinking, is there something that I need to throw out, like officially? But there's a moment where you say, is this really happening? And it's surreal. And maybe there is a nostalgia, however, but I think on the whole, the desire, you would not think I'm feeling at this point with whatever this is for you, that you don't know that you're moving forward. This is something that you definitely know. I'm hearing as well that you're moving in the direction of, but there's something to it. Okay, it's almost like, well, maybe I can like clean up. I think you're gonna do it now. Now I feel really for some of you. Let's clear it in the throat chakra. Yeah, but this is something sentimental, maybe, or there's something related to another person. It's like, wow, but then it's like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be taking that onto TSA. Okay, I'm not taking that through TSA. It's like I see someone with like a Santa bag of trash. It's like I know what I feel about that. Now, it's maybe a metaphor, but it's also something subtle, like where we don't directly associate that with our progress. And we're in that waking up phase of saying, well, maybe, you know what, it is necessary. It's something that I need to do something about, and I shouldn't just let it stagnate and remain and sit there. So, for some of you, this is, though, a process, and you're wanting to be gentle with how you carry this combo out, even with others. For some of you, I see an eagle here. You're wanting to be very creative with the way that you call this out. For some of you, there are people who you know it's very controversial, but you made your decision. You made your decision, and you know how it is that you want to do what you are going to do. And no one can do it for you, is what I'm getting as well. So this is something very personal to you. There's a side of the story that is a little problematic if you are needing to so-called people please. I hear that as well. Yeah, to please. And people are going to maybe judge you for this. Now, whatever it is. For some of you, I'm hearing somebody dealing with a Leo. I see. Okay. Someone doesn't understand you. I hear that. And you're just getting to the point where you're like, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. I'm hearing that. Like, why am I discussing this? Okay, I'm hearing that. It says 4K on the floor. Um, you don't even want to, it's like you don't even want to negotiate it. Okay, you just want to just kind of be very sort of quick on your way, on your heels, because you're starting to realize that everything is sort of getting complicated and it's dragging on. So, and this is interesting because this is the fourth video. Okay, so yeah, something for some of you realizing is maybe not in your so-called future as well. Like, it could be a metaphor. It could be a metaphor. Maybe it's something more symbolic, like, but also vibrational. Um, wow, this looks like two tiger scratches. That's immediately what I thought of when I saw that. No, I'm here for something. It's awkward. It's like you're also feeling like there's not really. I keep seeing colors everywhere. I don't want to make you guys dizzy though, but I do want to show you purple and green. It could mean something. You guys take it as you will. Meditate on it. If you're a first time viewer, by the way, we're definitely channeling right now. Okay, I'm seeing a triangle here. So I'm here for some of you at the office. Some of you gotta let something go. It's like because this is how you're feeling, right? Because I feel like you know who this person really wants to be in their world, and like if you're gonna partner up with them, it's like you're gonna make sacrifices, and it's like you're not here to make sacrifices. I'm seeing Libra. I'm seeing a Libra, the Libra symbol. You're not here. It's like, hey, do you want to ride? It's like, no, I'm hearing that. I don't. I want to be on my way. It's like now for some of you, Spirit is kind of acknowledging that. Well, at a certain point, they're gonna want it. They may come back. They may be returning. Maybe you've had this discussion, they want to come back and sort of have another convo at it, but you're kind of realizing it on a more you're having an epiphany even about this when it comes to matters of energy. So, and I feel like some of you dealing with someone who doesn't understand your conversation of your spirituality ultimately, and you just don't have the same values. Maybe this makes a lot of sense. If we just had Venus clear from post shadow retrograde, so maybe you're at that point where it's like you're sobering up, and we all are in a way, we can say, right? With the planets going clear. So much blue. This guy's wearing all blue. Blue shoes, blue top. Even the little flowers are blue. So, and I'm hearing meat sauce. I don't know. Maybe even your diet is changing. It's like I can't hang out with them anymore. But it's one of those moments. I'm seeing purple here. Yeah, some of your guys, they're wanting maybe to change your diet around, and it's changing something socially for you. And it's like, well, I'm gonna have to that's how it's gonna have to be. Okay, because I'm not eating fries and cupcakes for dinner. I'm hearing that that's what I don't know. Some of you definitely have something though that and maybe it's with you. It's like you're realizing maybe that your lifestyle doesn't sync up any longer with your concept of also fulfillment. Okay, and that includes your work. Like I'm seeing someone who travels a lot, like hotel to hotel. It's like they want to maybe live a more spiritually grounded. They want to. I'm hearing state of mind. Their state of mind. They realize that their lifestyle is affecting their state of mind, but it's not. how do we say, it's not the state of mind itself, it's the integration. So in other words, like, you may be realizing that this is not practical given where you know you're headed to when it comes to your spiritual purpose, possibly. And that doesn't mean that you're going to become a 1-800 tarot reader. It just means that you are recognizing that you have needs other than someone who works, okay, so called, and is successful. Look at this splatter of, it looks kind of like the color of the Eiffel Tower. Is it Eiffel Tower? What the heck? Oh, that's me a message. Maybe that would be the equivalent of the Staten Island statue. We live in America. We don't remember the name. What is the name? Ha. What is the name? Staten Island. Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty. All right. Well, let's move on. Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, we've mentioned this in some other readings. But so the point is, that there are things that you're realizing you need. I'm hearing that. It's like, for example, let me make an example. Maybe I don't want to be living in a hotel. Okay, 10th story. Okay, like 9 out of 10 days in the month. I'm hearing that. Okay, 10 days in the month. So yeah, other people maybe here who have decisions. Okay, um, that they need to make as well. But it's like, well, if we decide on what we really want, we may be going in separate ways, and that may be the need, right? Not only your needs, but furthermore, it's like, if me pursuing my truth means separating from this other concept that I know doesn't really hold value for me in the grander scheme of things, then so be it. So a lot of decisions here we're making, you guys. Love and light. We'll see you in the next video. Stay calm. I'm hearing focused. Stay how do we say it? Clear on your purpose. All right.